got the idea of doing self-analysis as well as industry analysis?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let's explain this entire concept in little more detail, that why self-analysis helps us. So this example was good. Now let's bring this thing in a form of chart. So when we do a projection or when we talk about future can only be decided, or projection or forecast can only be happen because we are going to observe two different scenario. The first one is historical. The second one is present. Okay. Now, suppose it, for example, there is again a scenario of test, like 10 tests gonna happen, and you are giving like mock test. Let's think about mock test. Okay, like we are competing for an exam, let's say for CAT, and we have to give 10 mock tests. Now, I have not given any mock test, okay, and I have not recorded any test which can give me an idea that what percentile I can have. In this scenario, if someone asks me that what percentile you can have, I will do this analysis based on my present understanding of my strength and weakness, correct? I will feel that what is my strength, what is my weakness, and then I will say that, okay, I do think I will fall in category of say 82, let's say for 80 to 85 percentile. Okay, just for a simple understanding. Now we are doing future projection. Okay, this is future. This is future we are talking about. Now history is 0. We have not given any single mock. Then we are doing future based on our present understanding, like what is my strength, what is my weakness. Then I will talk to a couple of my friends that, okay, are you good in probability, are you good in quadratic equation? Okay, what is the scenario, like out of 34, if I attempt like 4 right questions, where I will fall? The rest of the people will say that, okay, you will fall in 80 to 85 percentile. I will get a quick idea, because what I did, I have zero history. I compared the market, I compared with peers, I compared with standard metrics, that where I stand, if someone else was standing, how they are performing or how they could have performed. Okay. The same thing happens with company. If there is a startup with zero history, okay, if that scenario happens, then we do a future projection based on the industry, because now we have zero history of ours. Okay, what we are going to do, we are going to understand that, okay, this startup is in particular industry, this startup has certain kind of financials, this startup has certain kind of capacity, so we are expecting this startup to perform at a particular range in which rest of the company is performing. Again, there is complete expectation, anything can happen, anything can go wrong in next 12 months. But now talk about second scenario. We have given mock 70 percentile, 72, 78, 82, 77 percentile. This is my result of 6 mock, last 6 mocks which I have given. Now tell me, what is the possible future percentile if I give 7th mock? Just under a simple understanding, give me a range. Quick, guys.
Sir,
Naseem, you are
after
on mute.
82, it's 77.
Naseem, if you are saying something, you are on mute. Yes, Piyush, what you said?
Sir, I said after 82, it's 77 or 87?
77.
Maybe 80.
Maybe
79,
80.
80. Yeah.
So let's 80. So the range will become 75 to 85. This is the range we are talking about. How we arrive at this range? Why we are not saying 90? Why we are not saying 92? Average percentile. Why we are not going with average percentile? Why we are not going with a standard average percentile scored by everyone who gives CAT, which is, I think, average percentile will be 50, right? So why we are not talking about average percentile? Because our historical performance is more dominating in nature. Okay. Now a new information comes in that in present, before giving my, after giving my 6 mock, sixth mock, and before giving my seventh mock, I have done sectional test. I have taken couple of sectional tests, and in quant, in reasoning, and in English. I'm just going with simple terms. Okay, VR, RV, LR. I'm not using those things. Okay, so just these three component, and I scored averagely 98 percentile, 94 percentile, and 97 percentile individually. Now this is a new information. Now can you give me a range of what is expected in the seventh attempt?
Maybe 95.
95. So the range can be say 80 to 99, right? I hope you understood what I'm trying to explain. When we are going to do future projection of company, okay, let's keep this example here and let's make it here again. So when we are going to do future projection of company, these are the factors which are involved. Okay. Historical, present, future. In historical, on the basis of historical, we identify trend, which can also be said as ratios. These are different names. Trend, we try to do trend analysis. We try to find ratio. Ratio is nothing but a relation between two different component. Okay, so we understand this performance, that how it is moving. Then comes present, because there is always a chance that whatever our history was, we are growing, we are changing something. So maybe present can be something different. Okay, so when we are going to do present, we have to do analysis of what? Company, industry, economy. Okay, in economy, micro and macro both.
Macro.
Competitors analysis. It's a part of industry only, but let me write it separately. Okay, any new development, government policy. Any new development which is happening. Then what we are going to do, we are going to combine this thing. Okay, we are going to combine historical and present, and on the basis of this combination. Okay, so on this basis of this combination, we are going to create a new space. Okay, we are going to create new space. In this new space, any guesses what we are going to do? We are going to build assumptions and estimates based on historical and present. We are going to build assumptions and estimates, and then we will be in a position to do projection or forecast. Okay, I do hope you understood that how history, present, and future plays their own significant role. Got it? Now, Naseem, I do think that you are quite clear about why industry analysis alone is not sufficient. Comparing industry ratios, right?
Yes, sir.
Great. And do you know, guys, that's why I love live session, because if it was not a live session, if it was supposed to be recorded, I could have explained what is self, what is peer, what is industry, and I could have moved on. This entire slide 1, slide 2, slide 3 would not have been existed. Okay, so many times it happens that when you ask questions, we tend to give you multiple definitions, examples, scenarios, and try to resolve it. So that's amazing. That's why I love live sessions. Okay, so The next component was forecasting. Let's continue with our third component. Comparison with peers. We understood